Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now I've done guides on the Marui MWS magazines and how to mod them for more gas. I've done a video on the MP7 and how to mod those to get more gas capacity. But now I've got an AKM, we need to do the mod. So there's no reason why you shouldn't do this. I've been into it in depth on a lot of videos, but what this basically does is it enables you to put more gas in the magazine, more liquid gas, and that's what we want for a gas blowback. I have been running MWS's with these the green gas mods, even though I run mine on pretty much straight propane. I've been running magazines with these mods for several years now, never had an issue whatsoever. So there's people out there saying you're going to damage your magazines, you're going to do this, that, and the other. It's not right. So we're going to take the base plate off the magazine, which is very easy, very similar to the MWS. 2 countersunk 2mm Allen key bolts, or screws, whichever you want to call them. So 1 and 2. We're going to let the base plate off. It's going to be under spring pressure, much like the MWS. So we're going to slowly let that off. We've got the spring, we've got the follower, which has got a slight curve to it. We've got the base plate. And these will actually be a little bit easier compared to the MWS because we can shove all this in and hold it flat. Where on the MWS, we have to sit this in that little piece that holds it and make sure it all aligns. So once we've done that, we can remove the valve. Now, if you don't have a valve tool, it doesn't matter. You can use a flathead screwdriver. So you put the screwdriver in because the valve is exposed, and we can remove the valve. There you go, there's your inlet valve. You can put the same screwdriver into this brass piece. We might use a bigger one. Let's go a size up. Let's go a size up here. So we're going to place that into the brass piece, push down firmly, and then unscrew the tube. And this, if you've watched my other videos, this will look very, very similar here. Pull that out. What do we have? We have a long tube. Now, even though we're going to do this mod, look how long that goes. Even though we're going to do this mod, we're still not going to be able to put, or we're not going to be able to overfill the magazine because the valve is still going to stop the magazine from overfilling past this point. So, you know, you can just take these tubes out if you can grip it, or you can just cut it down. Now, if you're going to cut it down, much like my other videos, you could just use a hacksaw. I would just cut it either in line or just past where this valve is. But if you can, it's best to just remove them. So I'm going to try and remove it today. And I'm just doing this with, you know, things that you might have lying around the house or in your garage. Like I say, you can just chop these with a hacksaw and be done with it. As long as there's no debris in there, you should be absolutely fine. So we're going to pop this round the brass piece. And we're going to grip it in the mole grips. If it doesn't grip quite tight, we're just going to wind it in a little bit. We want it to be nice and tight on there. So once that's tight, we can get some pliers. And we're just going to grip and spin. So we're going to close it down so it sort of squashes it, so you've got a nice flat edge. And then we can wiggle it. Sometimes what will happen, once you've gripped it tight enough, is this will actually break, and that's not a massive issue. Just going to grip it further down and continue to try and pull this out here. Again, it's broke again, so it's not a problem. We can just peel this like those cans of meat that you get with a little key. It's very soft metal. This isn't going to cause any damage whatsoever. It's just the same as cutting it. Some I've found will come out straight away. Others, much like the MP7s, will get stuck in there and there's no way. It's almost like they're glued in place. So you've got that chopped off. You could chase this with a countersunk bit if you wanted to, but as long as there's no debris in there, once your valve's in, nothing's going to happen with this end, so that's absolutely fine. Just going to clean it off with all the grease and stuff on here. I'm going to apply a little bit of the one grease on the O-ring. The alternative way to do this, of course, is to put it in something and cut the tube. But if you don't want to get all like filings and stuff everywhere, you can do it this way as well. Pop this flathead screwdriver in there. Oh, and drop it. Come on, line up. There we go. And that will go back in. If when you're doing it this way, this does slip a little bit in your grips, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't damage where the O-ring is, it will seal just fine. That will go in now. We'll spin this bad boy in. Just nip that down. You don't want to go too tight. You want to make sure this goes in the right way because it's curved. And then what we'll do is we'll just do our little maneuver like we've done on the other ones, where we just grab it from each side with your fingertips. Just place that in. Then we've got your little banana shaped follower. It needs to follow the curvature of the magazine, so got that in. And then what you want to do is, as you place this, you want to put the front of the base plate over so it grabs that, just stops it from flying out, and then that will sit into place. Once that's in place, we can pop the screws back in, and there's no need to have the magazine completely apart. This is the beauty of this modification. For those of you wondering, can I do this to my WEM4? Can I do this to my GHKM4? No. As far as I'm aware, Marui are the only people that do these extended tubes. It's on their MWSs, including the Type 89. It's on their MP7s. It's not on their pistols, this little extended tube, again, as far as I'm aware. But it's on the AKs too. And that's what you're doing, you're just moving that tube. You know, I've done these in the field. I think one of the lads we went to a weekend event, I think he had like 10 MWS magazines, and I sat there and did this with a multi-tool and a file. It really is quite simple, as long as you don't let the springs shoot out and lose your parts and this, that and everywhere. So let's gas this thing up and see how long it takes to fill. So take a lot of gas, these mags. Make sure I've got a can that's got plenty in. And then when it's full, you'll see that it starts to spit out the gas like that. I don't know if you can see that. See it spitting out the side? That's when the magazine's full. And that is our green gas mod, or gas capacity mod, whatever you want to call it. It's how you get more gas in your magazine. So instead of it filling up to here now, we're filling up to here. So hope this has been super helpful for you. Many ways to skin a cat. Not saying this is every single way or the best way to do it. As long as you're achieving the same goal, that's exactly what you want. Thanks for tuning into this video. If you like it, hit the like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Hit the down in the comments below if you think I've done a good job or a bad job. Stick around. We've got loads of content on the channel already. We've also got a lot of content coming up, especially with the AKM series. So from me and Bench, I'll see you in the next video.